19th February in the year 2024. It's a very good morning to you all watching us wherever you may be watching us from, and welcome you to today's breakfast show. Unfortunately, today is a one-man show, but I'm hopeful that you are listening in, and we'll get to interact later on. So today we'll be joined later on by Mr. Lawrence Makumbi. He's a Cleaning Association of Zambia president. We will discuss various issues around sanitation and cleaning in the country. But before we do so, we'll go straight into the health corner.
Good morning, my name's Dr. Rafat Basit Masa. I'm coming from Medical Women's Association of Zambia, MWAZ, and I'm going to take you through burns. I'm from the University Teaching Hospital. So I would like to take you through burns because it's one of the most important topics that we face almost every single day. We are always facing a lot of burns, patients with burns. We are losing our patients with a lot of burns. So we want to highlight you about burns, what you need to know about burns, what you need to understand about burns, how we treat burns. We want to discuss everything with you. So burns, what is burns basically? We need to understand what is burns basically. So when it comes to burns, burns takes place when you have like something really hot touching your skin or something really cold touching your skin. For example, if you have hot water pouring on you, it may burn you, yes. If you have hot porridge or hot oil touching your skin, it may also burn you. If you pour acids, if you get electrocuted, all these things are burns, and they are so injurious to health that we end up losing a lot of people every year. Every year we are losing quite a number of people, which we don't want to lose. We can avoid some of these injuries just by getting to know what they are, how to go about them, how to prevent them, and how to stay away from their complications. So when we talk, what are the things that may burn us? Like majority of the times you find that you are cooking, especially when you come from the low income families. You are cooking using braziers, so you find there are children who are walking around, running around. Once you leave that brazier alone with hot water or porridge, something cooking on it, it pours on the child, and actually the child gets burnt, which is so devastating because some of these things can be avoidable. Children are here to have a good life and not to get burned and end up in hospital. Some of them, they lose their lives. Others, they actually make it. Others don't make it. This is how it is. So when it comes to burns, we have, types of burns that take place. For example, there are 3 types of burns actually which happen. So one is superficial. It's quite superficial. So that happens with hot water, oil, porridge, some of these things, and it only burns the skin. It doesn't go, our skin has got multiple layers, but it does not really penetrate much into the deeper part. It's quite superficial. So that is the first type of a burn. Then the second type of burn that we have, it's a little bit deeper than the first type. So, for example, it gets your skin and a little bit deeper into your skin. So that burn, you'll find that it also occurs with acids, then other corrosive agents, then fire as well. Fire also causes quite deep burns. So these are second type of burns. Then third type of burns are really, really deep that actually also burn your bones, your other organs, they actually go very deep into your body, and they burn quite a good amount of your body, which is sometimes very, very difficult for us health workers to also handle that burn, especially if it's really, really a great percentage of burns. So some of these things can be avoided by simple precautions. For example, when you're cooking, please make sure that you cook in a place where children are away from that place. Ensure that your children are not nearby, so that they are protected from burns. Yourself, when you are doing all these household things, please ensure that you are also protected completely from going into this injurious part. And also, in terms of like, we have noticed also those people who are like mechanics and they deal with cars, you find they open up their radiators without waiting for it to cool down. So we have patients who actually come with like deep burns secondary to that, because make sure that you wait for the radiator to actually cool down, then open up, because majority of the time if you open it up with the way it is hot, you may burn your face, your chest, your neck, and it may be deep burns, which also can be protected. So in burns, we can also have cold burns secondary to really, really frozen part. For example, we have certain diabetic patients that have suffered from what we call nerve disorders. So they have this habit of putting their feet on cold water all the time for hours and hours, because they don't feel that they have put their feet in cold water, but sometimes.
All right, there we have Dr. Rafath Massa telling us more about burns, but in the interest of time, let's go straight into the money market. All right, there you have it, the US dollar there, buying at 24 kwacha 61 ngwe and selling at 25 kwacha 9 ngwe. The euro there is buying at 26 kwacha 41 ngwe and selling at 26 kwacha 93 ngwe. The South African rand is buying at 1 kwacha 30 ngwe and selling at 1 kwacha 32 ngwe. Great British pound buying at 30 kwacha 89 ngwe and selling at 31 kwacha 50 ngwe. And our interest always is on the US dollar there, reducing from 27 kwacha 50 ngwe to now, as you can see, 25 kwacha 9 ngwe, and this is as updated at exactly 7:01 today, 19th February in the year 2024. All right, so there you have it, the money market there. That is what we expect, and that is the trend with regards to the kwacha with other convertible currencies. Moving on to stories that made headlines on the weekend, we have coming from Persons with Disabilities Goodwill Ambassador Ella Jangwale has advised former President Edgar Lungu to stay away from active politics, as the trend is bringing embarrassment to him. Speaking in an interview with Camnet TV News, Professor Ngwale argues that the only surviving former president, Mr. Lungu, should focus on offering counsel to the current president.
The formation of the United Kwacha Alliance has seen former President Edgar Lungu's return to active politics gain political momentum. This follows his return to active politics on October 28, 2023, on grounds aimed at saving the collapsing former ruling party, the Patriotic Front (PF). His decision has, however, continued to receive mixed reactions. Persons with Disabilities Goodwill Ambassador Ella Jangwale has advised the former head of state to stay away from active politics, contending that the move is causing him embarrassment.
Including our mama, don't throw her away. Our mama Esther Lungu, former first lady, implore with them that please, don't be persist to stop being in active politics. There is a lot you can contribute. Tell them that President Lungu could form a think tank, former president, a think tank to advise government on a non-partisan level.
And speaking during the State of the Nation address, leader of the opposition in Parliament, Robert Chavinga, says the former head of state is being advised wrongly.
Do you think really you can return back to power? Who is advising my president? Mr. Chavinga, who's advising you? They are really advising you very wrongly. Na Papa Tamaliki, Mr. President, stay away from this politics, because I can see that it is just the beginning of embarrassment. More embarrassments are coming.
On the state of the PF, Mr. Chavinga, who is also a Mafinga member of Parliament, has stressed that there are no factions in the former ruling party, urging members of Parliament and the media to hit the directive.
And the same people that you are reporting as the Secretary General, we shall report them for impersonation. Even my elder brother, Honorable Brian, he is an ordinary member of Parliament and also member of Parliament. I am leader of the opposition. Effective 1st of November 2023.
Mr. Chavinga has since urged those championing the Barroso agenda to desist from the act, as Zambia is a unitary state. For Camnet TV News, Afias Kaptula, Lusaka.
All right, leader of the opposition there in Parliament in Robert Chavinga. We also had Professor Ngwale in that story advising the former head of state to stay away from active politics. And as you may be aware, the head of state came back into active politics last year, if I'm not mistaken, it should be 28th September in 2023. And debates have risen from that, from the decision by the president on what's the motive behind it. But hey, you and me know better. All right, moving on, we have a Lusaka-based agroeconomist, Juston Muhango, has encouraged farmers in regions affected by with dry spells to form cooperatives and access Constituency Development Fund (CDF) to purchase irrigation equipment. In an interview, Mr. Muhango says cooperatives are the only short-term measure the farmers can use to cushion the damage caused by the climate change in the change in weather patterns. Rather, Mr. Muhango has also urged farmers to learn from this season and start to diversify crop production, such as venturing into horticulture. Now, another story here, we have an economist that have described the recent appreciation of the kwacha against major convertible currencies as artificial, as it does not reflect the reality of citizens in the country. Naila Kopakopa tells Camnet TV News that the appreciation can only reflect the economic realities of citizens if it results in price reduction of commodities and services, which he predicts may not be realized.
According to the Zambia Meteorological Department, in a statement issued on the 9th of February, from the 10th to the 19th of February 2024, Zambia will experience mostly dry conditions with less rainfall in the southern parts of the country, whilst the northern part of Zambia will experience excess rainfall of over 100 millimeters with potential flooding and soil erosion. The statement also revealed that the dry conditions will be coupled with high temperatures that may increase evaporation rates and further deplete soil moisture required for crop growth, leading to wilting. In the recent weeks, farmers have complained about the harsh weather conditions that have dried out most of their crops in some parts of the country. But agronomist Juston Muhango has urged farmers to form cooperatives and access CDF funds that will enable them acquire irrigation equipment as a short-term measure for those whose fields have not been terribly affected.
Just encourage the farmers not to rest, but to fight. And the best way to fight is now to put the resources together, and the best way to do it is through cooperatives. And with cooperatives, we have the financial resource now in each and every constituency, the city, through the CDF. The CEC, yesterday it was announced that they've released the 390 million, which is ready for use. I think that money can be used to purchase irrigation facilities.
Mr. Mohango has also advised farmers whose crops have been completely destroyed to cut them off and feed them to animals, or better still, sell them to farmers in the livestock industry.
Recover most of those crops that are at vegetative stage. If they go beyond 14 days, they will never recover, no matter how much rains, if and when they will come, or if we can organize the irrigation facility by that time, we may not manage. Right now, what is supposed to be done is the maize that is at vegetative stage is to cut it and feed it to livestock. For those who don't have livestock, they can sell so that they can recover no matter how little it will be.
Mr. Mohango further says that farmers must begin to diversify crop growing and dive into horticulture farming if they are to survive amidst the constant changes in the climate conditions.
Horticulture farming. So horticulture farming, especially with vegetables, it will take them within 90 days. They should have started harvesting and making the business. As the government is trying to also make plans on how to recover for the loss of the expected harvest. We are pretty sure that the government is working around the clock to make sure that we have the staple food around. But for the farmers, they should continue with farming as a business, now diverting from the field crops to horticultural crops in the meantime. And that will do well with
Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Holders in the financial and economic fields have since 2023 attributed the depreciation of the kwacha to the delayed debt restructuring process, lack of reinvestment in government bonds, among others. Recently, the Bank of Zambia offloaded $215.5 million on the market to support the free-falling kwacha and raise the reserve ratio from 17% to 26%, a difference of 9%. However, as of Friday, 16 February 2024, the US dollar was buying at 25 kwacha, 61 ngwe, and selling at 26 kwacha, 10 ngwe, an improvement from other days when the dollar was selling at over 27 kwacha. Reacting to this appreciation of the kwacha, economist Nela Kopakopa says the current situation is artificial and does not reflect the current reality of citizens in the country. Mr. Kopakopa says the appreciation of the kwacha is not sustainable. As such, it does not reflect the economic realities of the country for the local currency to appreciate.
So it's not sustainable because we do not have the real fundamentals that can drive the appreciation of the kwacha. Until we start earning enough dollars from the mines, when production go up, after the problems at Mopani and the KCM are finally resolved, they start mining, the tonnage goes up, we start getting a fair share of revenue through our mineral tax. That's when we expect the kwacha to appreciate sustainably. This appreciation, if it's because of selling dollars by central bank and some positive sentiments, investment sentiment news, is not sustainable.
While others have attributed the appreciation of the kwacha to key economic policies being put in place, economist Emmanuel Zulu says there is need to boost production because the current measures by the Bank of Zambia, such as the upward adjustment of the monetary policy rate from 11% to 12.5%, causes further pain on citizens as it tightens liquidity in the economy.
But they are not, something that is sustainable because there's direct intervention there. We are throwing in forex in the market. What is needed is forex is supposed to be aimed, mostly through trade and exports. So we note that our main forex earner sector, which is the mining sector, is not performing very well, and that has actually affected, the supply of dollars on the market. So if we are to talk about sustainability, we have to talk about, the main sectors that are earning forex being productive, and ensuring that the productive sectors such as agriculture, tourism, as well as manufacturing come into play, and also bring in the aspect of import substitution. So the impact may not be immediate because I think business entities are still skeptic about reducing the prices of commodities.
Nelson Zulu for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Alright, those are some of the stories that we are zooming in this morning, Monday 19th February in the year 2024. Now, viewers, be reminded that you can get in touch with us via phone, or you can go to our Facebook platform where you can leave a comment there and you'll be able to find it. Just before we go into another segment of this program, let me see what we have here on social media. So we have... okay, this is a concern from Marjorie Makai. They're saying, why is Camnet TV not showing on Topstar? I think that's a concern that our technicians will be able to look at and make sure that you are back on track as soon as possible. Boaz Manda, Akanson Kalifwa. I don't know that one. But I guess you know what he's talking about. Alright, so just now we get into our next segment, that is the interview of the day, and we are joined in the studio by Mr. Lawrence Makumbi, is a Cleaning Association of Zambia president, and he's here to discuss a number of issues pertaining the cleaning sector in our country. Mr. Lawrence, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, and good morning viewers, good morning Zambia.
First things first, what does the Cleaning Association of Zambia do? What is it about?
Okay. The Cleaning Association of Zambia is a body that was formed 11 years ago here in Lusaka by 33 indigenously Zambian-owned cleaning companies. Mm-hmm. We came together as a local grouping, first of all, like a lobby group, so that we can deal with, at the time, mm-hmm. the injustices, the imbalance that was there in the business sector, in the cleaning sector. At the time, more than 95% of the business in the country was in the hands of foreigners. So we came together and you know, Zambians don't usually work together. Mm-hmm. So we came together as Zambians and worked together so that we can fight the injustice and the business imbalance that was there. So it's a body of indigenous Zambian-owned cleaning companies, which started with 33 and is currently above 200 members countrywide, from Livingstone to Nakonde, from Chipata to Mongu, from Livingstone, we every city, every town in Zambia. As you know, mm-hmm. Cleaning is a trade that is carried out everywhere. We've got maids, cleaners. We are in all areas. We are in your homes. We are in all your offices. We are in the shopping malls. We are in the banks. We are in each and every environment, because cleanliness, yes, is next to godliness. So we are everywhere, and this is a body that looks into the interests of the Zambian entrepreneur who is in the cleaning sector. We went forward in the last decade or so. We have even lobbied. We lobbied government. Then the PF government. We started with President Michael Sata, so rest in peace. We started with him. He helped us, and then the Edgar Lungu government gave us a statutory instrument number 22 of 2019, which made cleaning a prison of Zambians and Zambians alone. So we have moved from when we started to actually getting a law formulated by government, and right now, as we speak, cleaning is a prison of Zambians, but I'll explain deeper on whether we are getting what we should get as we go. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what the Cleaning Association of Zambia.
Okay, as you said, that was my next question. According to the laws that are in place, are you getting what you're supposed to get?
We are getting a raw deal, because foreigners have tried to evolve. These same foreigners have tried to circumvent the law. And then we have procurement officers that are not doing the correct thing, because they still continue giving business to foreigners. And what I can say now is that we've moved the poultry like 20% into the market. still 70 to 75% of the business is still in foreign hands in terms of value. These foreigners, why they get this business is because they try to circumvent the law, and then they are working with big procurement institutions such as the mines and these big multinational corporations that still give them business. I can tell you, even the the chain stores that are still in this country are still being run by, are still being cleaned by foreigners. Most of the mines right now are still being cleaned by these same foreigners. Why? Because the procurement officers, the procurement managers, the contracts managers at most of these institutions are foreigners. So they try to play around the law, and they continue giving these foreigners business. So that's where we have a challenge. So we're getting a raw deal. However, we have made headway. Some of the institutions that we have, like the banks, some of them are being cleaned by Zambians, where we lobby, especially on government projects. We can say that the government is helping us. We have a number of government institutions that we are, and quasi-government companies that we are cleaning right now. So we are making headways, but we are not getting what we should get, because the law is clear. You understand, when the law says this business is for Zambians, what that means is that there should be no foreigner participating there. But because of our porousness and maybe our good nature, which sometimes is being docile as Zambians, we still get a raw deal. So foreigners are still there. Some foreigners are trying to work through Zambians. We have caught them on that one. Some after the law was enacted, they wanted to bring in shareholding. They wanted to start fronting. So we have caught them there, because some of them have gone back. They have gotten back their original shareholding and put more foreigners on those things. They wanted, foreigners are very sly, and they want to play around the law, and especially if they find that as a country you are very weak. I would say this, and I would say it with a straight face. We have a problem with PACRA, the institution which has a motto that business starts here. The PACRA Act is very weak. Any foreigner that walks into this country and forms a company, and that company is registered and has a certificate of incorporation from PACRA, becomes a Zambian company. You understand? Then furthermore, we have an archaic law, the CEC Act, which is supposed to define a Zambian, doesn't define a Zambian accurately. Okay, so we don't know what we have as a problem as a people, because those are the laws. They are the fundamental laws, the rock of which any other law can go. You can have statutory instruments that would say this is for Zambians, and then you shy away from defining and describing who a Zambian is. Look, there's no other country I am going to go to that I'm going to call my own country. This is my only country. Zambia is my only country. Some Zambians can go and have dual citizenship anywhere else, but most of the times, after 20-30 years of staying in the diaspora, they still come back here. Okay, this is our only country. So why is it that in Zambia we cannot define who a Zambian is, because some corrupted individuals up there who are going to say we are going to chase away investors? Look, when we go to our neighboring countries here in Botswana, they don't shy away from saying this business is for Swana people, okay? Swanas. And those are only 2 million people. And they have never chased away investors by defining who a Swana is. So we ask ourselves, why don't we have proposed these things. A Zambian is supposed to be a person who has the grandfather, a Zambian, okay? When Zambia became a state, that grandfather was here. Each Zambian should be black like me. Yes, there are some that are of color, and they are living in Zambia. Yes, maybe they can qualify. But if your grandfather was not born in Zambia, if your father was not born in Zambia, there's no way you can have the same rights with someone who came in 1995, and you all become Zambians, and you can enjoy the same rights and privileges. There should be a difference. So that's why I'm saying the CEC Act. I think right now the CEC Act We worked on something, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago, and we know that even that act reached the CAB memo level. But because of some the politics playing their hand, they have not defined that. Why is that so? It's because our economy is in foreign hands. So immediately we are going to define a Zambian as a black like me. Me, I'm a Zambian. I was born here, my father born here, my grandfather was born here. So why should I shy away from calling a Zambian a black-skinned person like me? Why I'm saying this, we are not discriminatory. We are saying, look, go to South Africa. South Africa, they've got a law, BBE, Black Economic Empowerment. They have called it black because they want to support blacks. Why can't we have the same here? And South Africa, his economy is maybe 10 times bigger than our economy. When they said black economic empowerment, they did not chase away one single investor, and their economy is thriving far much more than us. Us who have got a small economy and who have got the minerals that everyone wants, we shy away from defining a Zambian who a Zambian is. So I'm saying the major problem is our laws, and the politicians are there who should look into these things. The CAB memo on CEC is there at cabinet, okay? And I'm sure President Hakainde Hichilema, when he got there, he has found those things. And the new cabinet that is there, they have found those things. So why are we not implementing those? It should not take 5 years for us to have to define a Zambian. Why should? And then when we say put indigenous Zambians, there's nothing wrong with calling a Zambian an indigenous Zambian. Me and you, we are indigenous Zambians. Why should we shy away? So our politicians, most of the times, they disappoint us, because you see, some of these foreigners that are running, this economy is not in Zambian hands. It's in foreign hands. So they know that because they have formed the company XYZ and the company what investments there, if they define a Zambian, then say example, cleaning will go to Zambians alone and block making will go to Zambians alone. They go with this big ukwa bag full of dollars and they go and give someone and they tell him, don't define. When you say indigenous, you are going to discriminate. That is where we have a problem. So that is where the cleaning sector is.
Okay, so before I go back to the issue of the laws, you mentioned something like your sector is not entirely in your hands as the law states. Isn't it the case of capacity? Do we have enough capacity as Zambians?
I'll say this. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that we have the capacity. One, look, I'll give you practical examples. Go to University of Zambia, just nearby here. It's less than 5 kilometers from where we are. University of Zambia has got thousands of students at one spot, which, if not managed well, that's a breeding ground for a lot of disease. Go to UTH here, our main hospital in the country. Who is cleaning it? Go to Levi Monawasa Hospital. Who is cleaning it? Go to Ndora Central Hospital. Who are cleaning these institutions? Go to CBU. These I'm talking about are institutions where, if say cholera today, one patient at University of Zambia had cholera and it's not that place is not hygienic, oh, hell will break loose. But we have managed to clean those institutions. Go to the banks. We'll give you practical examples. Go to Zamtem. Right now, who is cleaning it? It's a Zambian. Go to Standard Chartered Bank, the whole country. Who is cleaning there? A foreigner. You understand? Go to ABSA, a Zambian is cleaning. Do you get what I'm saying? So there are some institutions that will always talk about capacity. What capacity do you want us to prove? These foreigners, what is happening in the cleaning sector is this. It's not about capacity, because that capacity is the song that 3 or so governments have been singing about. And that is brought about by foreigners who go on the other side and go and talk to our technocrats so that they can bring about that matter. What is so special about cleaning a toilet? What is so special about cleaning a toilet at Mopani Mine? What is so special about that? There's nothing special. Besides, it's a Zambian that is actually doing the work. But it's a foreigner that is getting paid huge sums of money and externalized. Mind you, us in the cleaning sector are more or less like labor brokers. Okay? We bring labor to Camnet TV and come and give you 2 cleaners. You pay us X amount of money, and then we pay the cleaner and bring in a broom and chemicals. Yes, some services are specialized, okay? But specialized works, we are the ones that are doing this. The only thing is that these guys charge premium amounts and they talk about capacity. What capacity is in the cleaning sector? If at all it's about capacity, maybe tell me that we don't have, or maybe 1 or 2 companies may not have window cleaning equipment to clean a building like Society House or Findeco House. But right now we have raised the capacity such that we are even cleaning some of the mines here in Zambia are now being cleaned. Big mines. I can tell you, like Kalumbira is being the one of the biggest mines, if not the biggest copper producing mines in Africa, is being cleaned by a local company. So when we talk about capacity, it is a word that is used by these technocrats who know nothing about cleaning, but they want to give business to foreigners. So if we are cleaning Zambia's biggest education infrastructure university of Zambia, and we are cleaning Zambia's Africa's largest mine at Kalumbira, why should it be that we can fail anything in between? We can fail to clean an international school, we can fail to clean a shopping, a chain store. Mind you, there are chain stores here in Zambia that have been in Zambia for over 30 years. They are still being cleaned by foreigners. And yet somebody will go and say capacity this. If we can clean a hospital, how can we fail to clean a kitchen? That is the question. Because a hospital where there is disease, if you can clean it, you are stopping disease from spreading. How can you fail to clean a kitchen which is 10 by 10 meters? If you are cleaning a whole university teaching hospital here in Lusaka, how can we fail to clean a kitchen in a shop? And then somebody will come and say, capacity, you don't know how to do this. It's a deliberate ploy that is used by foreigners who hoodwink our technocrats into believing that we cannot do certain things. Our practical example and the challenge to Zambians and government is that we can clean UNZA, we can clean UTH, even the ICU at UTH, we have been cleaning those institutions. How can we fail a simple shop where they are making bread and they are serving meat, they are cutting meat, where you just wear white boots at the mop? We are stopping the spread of infection. How can we fail to spread to clean a simple shop? So capacity is there. We have built capacity, but what we don't want is continuous misuse of the word capacity in our sector. We beyond reasonable doubt in the cleaning sector, we are able to do those jobs. I'll take you a practical example again. Some of these shopping malls you have, they are built by investors, and the investors would like to arm twist government or any of these government institutions to talk about that capacity. They have failed because we are able to clean shopping malls. We are now able to do those kind of big jobs.
Okay, Mr. Mapombe, a few days ago you were in our news and you raised concerns regarding the recently implemented minimum wages. What's behind that?
Wow, the issue of the minimum wage is something that I will maybe begin by telling you the genesis of such issues. Immediately President Michael Sata came into office, the cleaner was recognized, the maids were recognized. He gave us a minimum wage. Before then, we were paid anything that we were in the cleaning sector, we were paying anything that we felt was adequate for the clean. So President Michael Sata, rest in peace, he came up with 700 kwacha as a minimum wage, and things started changing for the sector. One, in terms of competition, we were now competing almost on the same level because all of us had to pay the same wages. So when President Lungu, in his term of office, he also increased the rate from 700 to 1,050 kwacha, and also moved it again from 1,050 kwacha to 1,678 kwacha, 68 ngwe, around 20 in September to be precise, September of 2018. Then recently, I think 2022, we had the increase by the New Dawn government from 1,678 to 2,333. So that is the current minimum wage, which everybody in the country must now understand that a cleaner must get that amount anywhere. And you know, the problem that we have, maybe if you understand that from where we are coming to where we are, I'll now explain the challenges that we have had. We have had challenges with the Ministry of Labour. Ministry of Labour in, first of all, 2018, we had that new minimum wage, and we went to Ministry of Labour. One, we asked, okay, we are unable to implement this quickly because you have just given us and you didn't give us time to talk to our clients. As I said, we are labor brokers. We are getting money from Camnet TV and we pay our worker and remain. We are in business. We remain with a small markup and make sure that everything is going on smooth. So Ministry of Labour at the time said it is with immediate effect. So increase the minimum wages. Most of us that are in business increased. However, a lot of foreigners circumvented that law and continued paying under below the 1,600. We went to Ministry of Labour, I think about 8-10 months after that thing, or after that increase. We went to Ministry of Labour. We said, look, this is what is happening on the ground. You may not be everywhere, but us, we are there. And then we compete with these foreigners. They may even charge less to get business. Some of these foreigners charge less than the stipulated amounts. You know, in Zambia, we now have the pricing index. The pricing index is set by ZPPA. ZPPA has set a pricing index of every cleaner. Like if I came to Camnet TV, I have a price guide by government that I should charge you, which is 3,500. You understand? So all of us are following and abiding by the pricing index of 3,500 set by government, so that you pay me, then you pay Lawrence Makumbi Cleaning Services, then I go and pay Mr. Banda who's working here at Camnet. So that is the foreigners have been circumventing that law, and we went to Ministry of Labour in 2019 and started pushing them. Gentlemen, can we go and inspect? Because we have got even pay slips from these foreigners, and you know, mind you, foreigners in one of these foreign cleaning companies, just amongst them, they have over 14,000 workers. One is having over 7,000 workers. Okay, far much more than any single Zambian institution has. Those are the ones that are underpaying workers. They are paying slave wages. That was in 2018, 2019. We started talking. If you count 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, this is 7 years down the line. Ministry of Labour has failed to move from freedom, that government complex, just less than 5-10 kilometers from where they are. They have failed to go and penalize or catch these foreigners that are underpaying. We even call them criminals because those people are underpaying. They are stealing from our workers. So what we have been saying to Ministry of Labour is this. Ministry of Labour has officers have been sitting, not doing their jobs. The Labour Commissioner knows this. It is maybe the Minister of Labour who may not know what he's doing, but we are telling her now to wake up. And we are telling this to President Hakainde Hichilema. President Hakainde Hichilema right now has given us a very good law, which is an increase in minimum wage. But we are here to say to you, Your Excellency, please, these people that you have below you, they are not doing their jobs. They are sitting just like they sat down, because most of them that are there are the same people that were there in 2018. They have failed to check 5 to 10 kilometer radius from those comfortable air-conditioned offices, plus the good vehicles, Your Excellency, you give to them. They have failed to move. Why do I say so? We went to Ministry of Labour, told them to carry out inspections. We even gave them lists of companies, Zambian-owned companies inclusive. You understand? We don't want to look like we are vengeful over these foreigners. We gave them lists, addresses, and phone numbers of the directors, foreign and Zambian. Please come and visit us and see, compare between the foreigner and the Zambian, who is paying the correct amount. And as you know, Zambians are law abiding. Most of the times when you say this, we'll come and ask, please, can you give us 5 months? Just like last year, we asked for an extension. This new minimum wage was supposed to be implemented in April of 2023. We asked them, please move it ahead because the economy is not good and we haven't negotiated. We negotiated September. September again, we were not ready to implement because our clients were not able to give us. They said, okay, January, by then you should have all finished. And we have gone to our clients who are now paying the correct amount, 3,500 to us. So why should we not carry the benefit to the workers? So now how does it come to the president? President Hakainde Hichilema sitting there working very hard for the Zambians and coming up. Thankful we are for the new minimum wage for our workers, okay? Because the economy is hard. Things are not okay. You understand? So right now, I'm telling you, a foreigner last month paid 900 kwacha, 1,100, 1,200 to cleaners. Why? We will come back to Ministry of Labor. Why are we putting the Ministry of Labor on the spot? It's because the Ministry of Labor at that time, 2018, 2019, they said they had no transport. No transport to drive 5 kilometers to go to Nemkem there. Just 5 kilometers. They failed to go. So what we did was, gentlemen, we can propose. Because we want this thing, matter, sorted out. Let's level the playing field. We offered transport ourselves. We offered 5 vehicles. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vehicles. If you need, go around the Lusaka. Start with Lusaka. Because that is where most of the companies are. 5 vehicles with our own fuel. If at all, we even went a step ahead. It is in black and white. We wrote to them. The Labour Commissioner of Amuntengwa knows this. They have this correspondence. We even said, if anything, as they move, if they want water or anything, if they are working at lunchtime and they are out there, we can even provide water and food so that this job is done. Not corruption, but we are saying we can give an incentive to those so that we make sure this job is done. That is to inspect Zambians and to inspect foreigners. The ministry said, no, we can't accept that. We said, okay, well and good. Then do it your way, because you are saying you don't have transport. So we are asking, maybe even up to now, because last week the Labour Commission was on radio saying that they are going to penalize 60,000 kwacha every company that has not paid in January the new minimum wage. This is a challenge. Labour Commission, right now, Nemkem is just 5 kilometers from where you are in the industrial area there. Can you go and charge them 60,000 today? Go and charge Nemkem 60,000. It's an international company and it's not paying the correct wages. They are paying 900 kwacha. I even sent to you, by Labour Commission, I sent you a pay slip for workers that are getting 900 kwacha. Yes, you told me to compile a list. But I'm saying, right now, 900 kwacha to a cleaner, a Zambian like you and me, being paid 900 kwacha today. Today, the Labour Commissioner and all of you there at Ministry of Labour, if I give you 900 kwacha, you won't even, you can't even make a budget out of that, because houses are 700, 800 in these compounds. Why are we allowing our own Zambians to suffer because a foreigner is there? And I'll tell you why these foreigners are dancing on markets. It's because there's a lot of illegality going on, okay? Foreigners break the law with impunity in Zambia because our technocrats, our own politicians, our own people know why they are shielding these foreigners. And I'm here to say this foreigner engages in illegal activities. I have reported this a matter for your own information, so that the country must know where we are, okay? This foreigner engages 7,000 plus workers, okay? Has got the biggest contracts in Zambia. What does this foreigner do? This foreigner goes on to form a union, National Union of Professional Cleaners and Allied Workers, in his own office, using his own people. They form a union with a white man, Simon Wellington, who has never worked in the sector, okay? They form a union which belongs to Nemkem, all right? Then this union is used now as a tool to suppress their own workers. You understand? These foreigners understand the law, and they try to circumvent it to their own advantage. So they formed that union, which 7,000 workers were forced to belong to, okay? And then this same union negotiates with itself, because they are in one office. The director of Nemkem and this union is negotiating with himself, going into a collective agreement with himself, the union that he has formed, okay? this is not malice. And I know Camnet TV cannot be taken to court because this matter is being investigated by Anti-Corruption Commission, and NEMCAM accounts have been blocked by what I'm saying and what I reported. You understand? So these are mere facts which the police, DEC, SEC, Zambia Revenue Authority has all these details. And what I'm saying is fact, and I will still put it straight to the nation. If NEMCAM wants to sue me today, they are free to do so. They have failed to sue me because they know that what they have been doing are criminal activities. So I'll come back to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they formed their own union. Okay? Now, where is the proof that it's their own union? It is a proof. Where the proof is that this union, National Union of Professional Cleaners and Allied Workers, is a scam which Ministry of Labor, no, you understand, and has allowed because somebody from Ministry of Labor is eating in that thing. President Hakainde Hichilema, the Minister of Labor, know that they are corrupt individuals at the Ministry of Labor. Those that have allowed the National Union of Professional Cleaners and Allied Workers to exist and continue eating money or stealing money, illegal money from workers. Why do I say they are stealing money? The National Union of Professional Cleaners has never had a bank account in any bank in this country from 2015 up to last year, April 2023. What does that mean? They have been collecting money on the payslip. These are facts that I've given to ministry, to the Zambia police. I have given these facts to DEC. I have given this to Anti-Corruption Commission. Why they are not pushing this matter, I don't know. And the nation must know that there are cases that are more important than political cases for Anti-Corruption Commission, for DEC, and for the police to take over. We should not only see on TV politicians being arrested when they are criminals who have come like businessmen. Now I'm saying this. This union has never had a bank account. So when they withdraw, when they cut from workers' salaries, it is on the payslip. So that's why I'm saying I can say this on air and to the nation and to the whole world. A salary, a union deduction is shown on the banks, on the payslip of 7,000 workers. They deduct 21 kwacha, 23 kwacha, 50 kwacha from all the workers countrywide that NEMCAM has. They deduct. But do you know what happens? We find that this union fee does not go anywhere. This is over 160,000 kwacha every month that this company gets from workers and pockets. That's why you see when you talk about capacity, some of our colleagues, these foreign criminals, when they come here and they deduct that money, can you imagine Camnet TV or yourself pocketing 160,000 kwacha every month, free, no tax, no what? You cannot compete with any other company at the same level. And then you go back to the same worker and go and pay them 900 kwacha when you're supposed to pay them 2,300. In this day and age, January, that's why I'm saying I'm challenging the Labor Commissioner, I'm challenging the Honorable Minister of Labor. In the cleaning sector, 7,000 workers are being paid far below even the 2018 minimum wage, and you have increased. What is that doing? We are sending people to early graves because this is poverty now being pushed through on the throats of thousands of workers. What is happening is that even if maybe the Minister of Labor does not see this, the Labor Commissioner does not see this, to us we are seeing it. It's a shot in the foot. The president is shooting himself in the foot. What do I mean? The president for 18,000 plus workers has increased the minimum wage. Then the actual people on the ground, we are talking about women who are the majority of cleaners and the youth who are majority of our employees, are now looking at President Hakainde Hichilema like, oh, so he has said he has increased and yet I've got 800. They do not understand the dynamics between the 2,300 and the 900 that they have got. It is the foreigner that is eating. So President Hakainde Hichilema, sir, Your Excellency, people are decampaigning you and you have put in good laws that you should give us new minimum wage as cleaners, and yet the people at Ministry of Labor, somebody there is not doing his job after you have got them Prados and all those new nice vehicles and aircon in those offices and big chairs. They are sitting in those offices on those nice chairs, in that nice car, and yet they are watching a foreigner steal from Zambians. And when they steal from there, they are making those cleaners, 18,000 of them, they are now looking at you, Your Excellency, as a president that is lying to them, which is unfortunate because you have signed a law, and yet the Ministry of Labor people are not doing their jobs because, I may just say, because somebody there is eating. Because these things are in black and white. The ministry has what I'm saying. Somebody at Ministry of Labor is eating and not acting. Even that union, we have asked that it be closed. But up to today, that union, which has no bank account in this country, continues to cut money from workers. So what am I saying? We have these challenges like this, and foreigners are doing illegal things. Anti-Corruption Commission is very slow to act on serious matters like this. So the challenge goes to Anti-Corruption Commission also. Why have they blocked the account and still not arrested these criminals? You can't block a bank account when there is no facts. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if they seized the Nemkem bank accounts, why haven't they arrested the owner? When a politician does one small thing, we see them parading them and going to arrest them for questioning for 8 hours. And yet a criminal has stolen over 15 million from workers, and you keep quiet and you say you are still investigating. Investigating what? Why have you seized their accounts if there's nothing to do there? You have found a case, but because maybe, I'm saying maybe, somebody has benefited financially from there. Why have you not exposed these matters? When you are quick to expose a politician who did one CDF issue, you politicize it and bring it out.
Maybe
and
we are
yet,
protecting the investigation.
It is not that. You have stolen 15 million from workers, and the Anti-Corruption Commission has seized that account. Why haven't they arrested these criminals for the last 8 months? Those are questions we ask because we follow up. We go there, they say, yes, they are investigating. What I'm saying is that we should not be political, or we should not be selective in these things. What we are seeing, the Anti-Corruption Commission is being selective. On political matters, they act very fast and they publicize. Then on the other side, they can seize an account and be very quiet. I'll tell you another practical thing. When Yomap's crew was collected, was it not in public domain?
It's because it's a public figure, maybe.
A person who employs 7,000 workers is a bigger public figure than one who sings the music to entertain people. Person who employs and steals 15 million kwacha from poor workers. Mind you, listen, these cleaners are poor people. Most of the people we employ are uneducated people, grade 4 grade. Some of them, they don't even know how to read and write. What we show them is, this is multi-purpose cleaner, it is red. This is the toilet bowl cleaner, it is orange. What we use is, get 1 cup, put here, put water, 20 liters. That's how we work. Because we don't discriminate, and this is a job for people who are at the bottom of the food chain, if you may call it that way. These are people that we employ. Vulnerable people who can't they don't have certificates and degrees that they can stop here and go there tomorrow. So when you take advantage of poor people like that, then you are creating a bigger problem, because they are getting 900 kwacha because a foreigner has decided to form his own union, and a foreigner has decided to do illegal things and steal from the poor of the poor. How do you steal from the poor of the poor? We are going to say, look, sometimes even the Chinese are better off. They may pay the minimum wage and not give you the correct PPE. But the foreigners that we have in the cleaning sector, they are even coming, they are paying you slave wages, and they now even come and steal from your slave wages. So it's a ripple effect that is taking people to early graves, and is taking people even to hate, to scorn over the New Dawn government. So we are asking the New Dawn government, now it's my humble appeal, I would say to President Haga in the HDM, please look into what is happening at the Ministry of Labor. Let them go and inspect these foreigners who have formed the unions, bogus unions, stealing from workers, who are right now, 2024 January, have paid 900 kwacha. I have the pay slips with me. I have the actual physical people. They are working in industrial area in Lusaka. And we can go to them right now, and find human beings.
How many are they? according to your list that you have submitted to the Minister of Labour, how many people do you have?
There are over 7,000 workers in this institution that are getting below minimum wage.
All of them have complained.
They are complaining, and some of them, look, there are several complaints here. Some of them have been getting below minimum wage of 2018. So they've been getting less than 1,678 for the past 5 years. So the company has been stealing over 500 kwacha. By law, anyone who was not getting the minimum wage that was set in 2018 up to this time, if the company was stealing 500 kwacha, is supposed to be paid that 500 kwacha multiplied by the number of months. If it's 50 months, calculate 500 times 50 months. Okay? You understand? They're supposed to pay that one. Now, from January up to whenever, they're supposed to be paid the money that the company has been stealing. So it is not, that's why I'm saying the Ministry of Labour from 2018 has failed us. They have failed us because they have not gone to investigate, they have not gone on the ground to see whether the minimum wage they have implemented or the president has assented to is being implemented. So we are saying it is a merry-go-round. Today the president will say he has given good law to us to implement, but the people that are supposed to implement are sitting down. And why they are sitting down? They are quick to run to one small institution, one small company which employs 50 people or 70 people. They will rush there. They will find the transport. But when we are saying this employer is employing 7,000 workers and mistreating them and stealing from them and has formed a bogus union, there is no transport. There is no transport to investigate in MKM. There is no transport to investigate foreigners. Why are we not doing that? It is because now we are suspicious. Even if you tell me what, there is no way 5 kilometers, you take 5 years to move there. Even a tortoise walking would have passed, it would have even moved 50 kilometers. 5 years you take, you can't have transport to go 5 kilometers from Freedom Statue to where your Family 24 is there. You can't move for 5 years to go and investigate or check what people are getting paid. Then there must be something. If we speculate or we call that there's something suspicious, we must know that there's something suspicious.
Maybe they've investigated and there's nothing wrong.
We have reported to them. These things are there today. So there's something very wrong, and we just ask that those people that are responsible, it is time to change so that you don't continue embarrassing the president and the New Dawn government further. That's what I can say on this matter. It's a very touchy subject because you see, just transport alone for someone who stays in Chawama every day, 30 kwacha, go come, the whole salary is gone. So it's unfortunate, and our people are suffering because people at Ministry of Labour are not doing their jobs.
Mr. Makumbi, we appreciate your presence this morning, but before we let you go, maybe your last words. On behalf of the entrepreneurs that are in the cleaning sector, we wish government well. We wish to say that the New Dawn government, with all the policies that they have set in place, we want a more stable kwacha, because as you may know, we don't make any of the tools, even simple tools that we use in cleaning. We don't make them in Zambia. We import most of them. The chemicals that we make, to make you sanitizer, to make you hand wash, to make dishwash, we import those things. So we would like government to come up with a better solution to the free-for kwacha. I know that in the last day or so, the kwacha has appreciated to about 25, 26, somewhere there. So we would like a more stable kwacha, and if the government can push it down better, even the rand, you know, we buy a lot of things from South Africa. It is becoming very, very, very unprofitable to do business in South Africa because right now the rand is also at 1.4 something. Okay, so if we can have foreign exchange that is more stable, we would appreciate, because us in the cleaning sector solely depend on imports. All the equipment that we buy is either made in China or Europe. The Europeans make a pneumatic for us, the Chinese make some consumable products for us. So we would like to just ask President Hakainde Hichilema, if you stabilize that one for us, we will be better. Mind you, we also have a problem with the fuel. Fuel is also a problem because it is increasing every time, and the problem that we have, Your Excellency and the government, is that
we charge our clients. We go into contracts with our clients. Sometimes they sign with us 2 years, sometimes 1 year contracts. So these contracts are fixed, and it's very difficult to go and renegotiate a contract when you have already been given. That's why sometimes Zambians lose out, or you go making losses. So we are making losses because of fuel increase and inflation issues and the kwacha that is running away from the dollar right now. So if we can stabilize, and if government can help us there, we will be more stable, because we are making losses, and losses due to increased costs, increased production costs, and increased the cost of running our businesses.
Mr. Makumbi, we do appreciate once again your company on this show. And just going through our social media, we have Timothy Siariobo saying, continue talking on behalf of Zambians. I think that's for you, Mr. Makumbi. We also have Bismarck Hamarega saying, continue talking on behalf of poor citizens who are underpaid. Bravo, Mr. Makumbi. That's also for you. We also have one Kinsley Majira watching us from the sweetest town in Zambia, that is Mazabuka. Wow. To all those our friends on social media, we do appreciate you. And all of you in front of that screen, you are also, your contribution to this program is also valuable, and we do appreciate your company this morning. Well, this has been Vincent Piri. Thank you so much for your company. We'll meet again tomorrow morning. Goodbye.
Thank you.